Hey, this is Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and I'm joined by...
This is Ann from Mother Feather.
It's awesome to be chatting to you tonight. First of all, can you describe your music to anyone who hasn't heard of Mother Feather before?
Yeah, we play pop cock rock.
Obviously, all of the songs on the album will be your favourites, as they are your babies. You would have been asked this lots of times, I know. But
yeah, for sure. It's hard to pick, or at least to say, you know.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to ask you that, you see.
Well, I appreciate that.
I was going to ask you, which songs are you looking forward most to playing live from the album that haven't featured on the EP?
You know, I really love performing the song Natural Disaster. That's it's sort of a peak in our set. That's when shit hits the fan, if you will.
Yeah.
I also love performing Trampoline live. It's extremely fun. It gets the crowd going. 747 as well with the choreography is sort of a crowd favorite and band favorite.
If I was a Mother Feather virgin, which 2 tracks would you introduce me to?
Well, we'd probably have to do Mother Feather to start you off. It's our thesis statement, and it's the eponymous track. It's the mission statement, you know. So definitely Mother Feather, and then maybe Trampoline, because it's a barrel of fun.
Will you be having an album release party?
Yeah, actually it's happening next Friday, the 13th, here in New York City, in Brooklyn, at the Knitting Factory. And then Saturday, we're playing Philly at the Milk Boy.
I love the video for Living Breathing. Was that filmed at the venue where you're going to be partying?
Actually, that was filmed at the Bowery Electric, which is another venue that we love to perform at and party at. It's not where we're having our record release show, but we have played many shows there, and I'm sure we'll play many shows to come. It's one of our most beloved spots to perform in New York City.
It looks awesome. It looks really good.
Thank you.
Did you have a lot of input into the band's look? It's like very retro, dragged into the 21st century.
Yeah, it all comes from us. I mean, we design most of everything. The costumes, we call looks from independent designers, but Lizzie and I do all the styling ourselves, and we try and mix and match as many pieces from independent designers that we can. But we end up, putting lots of things together from all sorts of odd places.
It's sort of quite dark and brooding, isn't it? I think it's like a bit different.
You think the look is dark and brooding?
Yeah, I think it could be like.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I guess the makeup is a little bit dark, but the costuming is definitely not. I guess we try and make it as fun and poppy and vibrant as possible. Sort of epic, but. Yeah, that's interesting that you say it's dark and brooding. That's very interesting to hear.
That's just my sort of take on it. I don't know.
That's great. No, that's awesome to hear. I'm very interested. I'm interested to get that feedback. So
I do think the men need to wear more makeup, though. You're going to have to get them told.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, so you recorded 3 songs recently at Maida Vale in London. How was that for you?
We actually recorded 4 songs. There are 3 of the album tracks, and then 1 as of yet unreleased track. So that was a total thrill, completely exciting. Daniel P. Carter is such a huge advocate of the band, and really, through his enthusiasm, helped bring us over to the UK. So it was spectacular. Definitely an unforgettable day recording that session.
I can imagine. Was it your first time ever in the UK as well?
It was not. We had been there in 2012. We played a festival called the Nova Festival,
right.
The first and last year of that festival. But yeah, it was our first time back, so it was a total delight.
In the concrete
fact that you're signed to Metal Blade and Mother Feather are definitely pop cock rock. What's the feedback been like from the metal world so far?
It's been really interesting. Some people have been very confused, to say the least, to see such a rock and roll band on a predominantly metal label, and then there are lots of people that are really excited by this, and I think really excited to see what Brian Slagle has up his sleeve, and also people really trust his taste. Brian's such a badass, so I love him even more for investing in Mother Feather and taking a shot on us.
When you've had a few drinks, do you sometimes come out and say just motherfucker?
Well, we came up with the name. It was actually a stumble. I was trying to say motherfucker, and I said Mother Feather. You're not far off.
I see you're on the Warped Tour in the USA. Are there hopes to get over to Europe before the end of the year?
Yeah, actually, on our last trip to London, we played a show at the Crowbar, and we made some incredible new friends over there, and nothing I can announce yet, but definitely plans to either be back later this year, or if not this year, then definitely by next year.
When you're touring, how do you occupy yourself between the venues? Do you read? Do you write more music?
Well, I'll tell you, Sebastian, we've never toured like this before, so I'm going to find out. I think we're going to be working really hard this summer. I'm not actually sure how much downtime we'll be having between, meeting people and checking out the other acts and selling merch, and we just want to be as involved as possible. So I don't know. I'm sure there will be a few quiet moments spent reading or with the headphones in, listening to Beyonce's new album over and over and over.
Really? Are you serious?
Dead serious. Have you heard it yet?
No, I won't be hearing it either.
I do recommend watching the visual album. It's a stunning piece of work.
All right, I'll take your word for it, and I will have a look. All right. Can you remember the first gig you ever went to?
Yeah, I was in Singapore. I was a kid, probably about 7 or 8 years old, and it was Paul Simon on his Graceland tour. You know what? No, maybe I take it back. Maybe it was the Rhythm of the Saints tour. But of course, he played, so many songs off of the Graceland album during that time. Yeah, it was spectacular.
What actually inspired you to become a musician?
Pain and suffering, and a guitar that was kicking around the dorm room that I shared with Lizzie. Seemed like a pretty cool outlet. So I picked that thing up and banged out some songs, and probably that woven in with the fact that I was becoming quite disillusioned with acting and the theater, which is what she and I were going to school for at the time.
Is that something like in the future you'd look at hopefully returning to, doing a bit of theatre and acting?
Not unless it was like completely the right project. I definitely have. I've been approached about doing things, but I think it's not the kind of thing that I'm like seeking out at this moment. I mean, Lizzie still performs all the time. Yep, she knows how to work a crowd for sure.
If you're sent to a desert island for 6 months, which 4 items would you take with you?
A boombox, new Beyonce record, Lizzie, and a parasol.
I think Mega Stardom is right around the corner for you guys, and you'll easily cross into the mainstream world of music. Can you tell me?
Thank you, Sebastian. That's very nice.
Can you tell me what's the ultimate goal for Mother Feather, though?
The ultimate goal?
Yeah.
I have always dreamed of playing Japan and being in a karaoke bar and seeing Mother Feather songs in the book of selections. To me, that is the ultimate, and I'll feel like we've really hit the big time when that happens. So, fingers crossed.
I'm sure that will. Have you ever been to Japan? Apparently, it's supposed to be amazing.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Yeah, I think they'd like Mother Feather in Japan for
totally.
sure.
Do you have any final words for your fans and our listeners?
Yeah. Rise to meet your Mother Feather. Do it now. This is Ann from Mother Feather, and you're listening to the Metal Gods Meltdown.
lighting up the dance floor.